Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Choose Your Own Adventure Club Activity Day. If you're tuning in today, that means we have finished our second book, Zombie Penpal, and we're going to celebrate with an art project today. So be sure to stop at the library and pick up your kit that will have everything you need inside to make what we're doing today, which are zombie faces. So in your kit, you do want to make sure that you have the following things. The first is a cardboard head. It's vaguely shaped like a head, also kind of like a mushroom. You're going to have two circles that are also made out of cardboard. They're different shapes. I thought it makes your zombie look a little bit more goofy. You're going to have four different colors of washable tempera paint. So you should have some white, some green, some red, and some black, and I'll have these all packaged for you too, so when you come pick them at the library, you don't have to worry about making a mess. You'll also have a paintbrush. I have one that I'm using from home, a glue stick, some buttons. You're going to get two buttons. I haven't picked out which ones I want to use yet, so that's where those are, and some yarn. And the first thing you want to do is we're going to just paint our head. And of course, this is an art project, and art never has to look the same when different people make it. So feel free, if you want to use other stuff from home to add to your zombie face, feel free to make your zombie face however you want to do it. You don't have to follow me or copy me or do anything like that. This is just what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take my zombie head here, and I'm going to take some green paint, and I'm just going to get a nice green layer over top the whole head, because I want my zombie to look pretty green in the face. So I'm just going to get, and I like to pour my paint directly onto the cardboard. So however you like to do it. And then I'm going to take a sponge brush, and we're just going to take our paint, and I'll let you see a little bit of what I'm doing here. We're just going to spread it out all over the face. Like so. And you'll notice that before I started painting, I put down a layer of newspaper. If you're going to be doing painting inside at home, I definitely recommend that you put down a tablecloth or newspaper or something. That way you don't make a mess on your table or whatever surface you like to paint at. And if you ever need newspaper, we have tons of it at the library. So if you need some for today, just stop in and mention that you need some newspapers and somebody will help you out, because we just have tons right now. I'm just going to keep going. And I'm running out of space to hold my cardboard, so I'm probably going to get paint on my fingers, but that's okay because we are using a washable tempera paint today. So even if you get it on your clothes, you should be fine. And then I have it all over the entire surface. So I'm going to set aside my green face here, and I'm going to just dip my brush in some water to clean it off. You can see that my water is already a gross, sickly green too. Lovely, lovely. Then I'm going to take these two circles, and I am going to use these as my zombie's eyes. So I'm going to paint these white. So I'll just put a little bit of white on each one. That should be plenty. And then I have a second brush just because I knew I didn't want to fully wash out the other one in between colors here. Okay, I think I actually put too much white down, but that's okay. I can just try to spread it out as evenly as I can here, like that. And we'll put that one aside to dry. And I have this one now, and nice and white, and I'll put that one aside to dry too. Perfect. And then before I can do anything else with my zombie, I am going to have to let these pieces dry. So I'm going to go ahead and pause my video, and I'll come back when these are nice and dry. Welcome back. So we have gone ahead and given our paint here just a couple of hours to dry here. So we've got two mostly dry white circles and our mostly dry green face. And I have decided that my zombie's favorite food is brains. So what I'm going to do is use some red paint first, some blood here, and I'm just going to put the tiniest bit on my brush. And I'm just going to dot it and dab it. So I'm not using strokes, I'm just dotting. So it looks a little bit like some blood splatters here, since that's what the zombies like. Now your zombie might be vegetarian and might not want blood or brains or any other body parts to eat. That's up to you. You've got to decide what you like and what you don't like. So we're going to just go ahead, and then we get our splatters, which looks a lot like this when it's all said and done. Then we're going to go ahead and let this dry as well. Okay, now that our paint has dried with the blood splatters, we're going to go ahead and take our glue, and we're going to go ahead and add our eyes. So we're going to take the two eyeballs that we painted, and we're going to put the glue on the back part, the backing of your eye. You want to go ahead and make sure you have a good layer of glue so that it sticks. Looks pretty good to me. And you're just going to put it on wherever you think it looks best. So just one eye. And we'll go ahead and do the exact same thing with the second, although I suppose if you don't think your zombie needs two eyes, you don't have to do both. And there is eye number 2. And then for the pupils of these eyes, we're going to go ahead and use some buttons. So I picked out one brown and one red because I don't think I want mine to look even. And then I'm just going to put glue as much as I can get on the back of these buttons, and I'm going to press them right in the center of each eye. If you have trouble with this step, you might have to use a hot glue gun with some adult supervision to attach your buttons, or you can skip the buttons entirely and just get a marker and you can draw your pupils in. And that is eyeball number 2. Hi, Seffi. What you doing, cat? Gonna say hi. So here's how our zombie's looking so far. Pretty spooky. Now we just need to give him a mouth. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a pair of scissors before we complete our last step here. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed a pair of scissors so that I could cut out my yarn. Yours will already be cut, but you might want to make yours shorter depending on how you want your mouth to look. So in order to attach the yarn, I'm going to take my glue here, and I'm going to smear it all around the area where I would like my mouth to be. And the good thing about the Elmer's glue is that it does dry clear even though it's purple right now, so you don't have to worry about it showing up. Then I'm just going to press my yarn into the glue, and I'm going to do it in sort of a squiggly-like pattern for the mouth. Just like that. I think that looks great. So then I'm going to take my pair of scissors, snip off the extra here. And push this back in where it was. And I'm going to tap it just a couple more times just to make sure it's really sticking. And then you're going to want to give your zombie face some extra time to dry for that glue. That way it's not sticky when you show it to people. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and let this dry off camera. But this is what your zombie head will look like when you're all done if you followed my instructions. If not, yours might look entirely different, and that's totally cool too. Go ahead and show me some pictures of what you created, either on Facebook or on email or however you want to share those. You can even bring it in to show me if you want. I'm at the libraries on Wednesdays and Thursdays now. So if you stop in, you might run into me. And I'm pretty happy with how he looks. Maybe I'll put him up as a Halloween decoration. Or I guess it's past Halloween now too. So what you could do is we could put a popsicle stick on it and you can hold it up to your face. Maybe scare someone. Hey, just because Halloween's over doesn't mean we can't spook people. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you for our next book, which is Magic of the Unicorn. Alrighty, we'll see you when we start reading our next one. Bye, guys.